Welcome, my friends. Little different angle. I'm wearing glasses. This is weird, right? Like I never wear glasses on here. But it's been a hell of a week. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update. So those of you that didn't see any of my posts, Cutie Patootie on Monday, one of her kittens got gravely ill. She's fine. It was the Adina kitten, not the Patsy kitten. And it turned out it was some kind of weird virus, and she is thriving and doing well. But they are going to keep all of them, including Cutie Patootie, for adoption because she has been tamed by the great animal tamer. So unfortunately, I was the strength card, and I am both happy and sad, that she is not going to be here anymore. When I come home, she usually would run right out to my car and come see me and, tell me she needed to get fed. And it's different not having her here. It's definitely different not seeing her at the side door. They're going to find great homes, so, and the gal over there is going to keep me posted just in case she doesn't get a home. I have made other magical things happen. I will make something magic happen for her. Thank you, Kathy. I have glasses on a lot of the time. They're annoying because now I need distance and reading and work glasses for my workspace. So I'm reading the best I can. These are actually for pretty up close, but my eyes are tired. I am absolutely exhausted today. But I owed you guys a live. I didn't do the members live. I will do the members live possibly over the weekend. We'll do a giveaway. I'll do an extra giveaway for my members just because you guys have been really patient. And I did scant content this week. I did a little cheat. I did my mixtape Tuesday, and then I just broke it up into clips. So the algorithm is still paying attention to me. So I did what I had to do. Sometimes we got to do that. But today I was delighted to wake up to see that they do have a potential person in custody. whatever your politics are, however you felt about Charlie Kirk, he was a very young man with a very young family, and that is a tragedy. That is absolutely a tragedy. So, hi, Lady of the Lake. I see you there. Oh, Kathy, you liked my mixtape. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Kathy. Glasses. Cute. So yes, it's just been, I'm actually very tired right now. When I came back from physical therapy, they have a new exercise for me. I was actually on the phone with Sphinx, if she shows up in the chat. While I was working out, they have me doing this. It's like a barbell and it hooks into the wall, and I have to just rah, rah, rah. It was pretty wild. I actually felt like I worked out today. So they were kind of cracking up. I was like, I feel like a regular person. So outer limits, in a way. I hope she either doesn't get adoption or the option fails and she finds her way back. I've actually been kind of looking at it from a very big perspective. She came into my life when I really needed her. I needed someone in my life that was going to do like an energy exchange with me. Needed an element in my life that was going to do an energy exchange with me, and we really did kind of exchange energy. And I think my purpose in her world was to help her with that last litter and help her with this litter. I think that was my purpose. She looks tired with this litter of kittens. So, I think she's just over 2. She might be under 2, but she's very, very young, and she's had 3 litters already, and she looks very tired. The gals say she's doing great over there. So I'm really pleased about that. So I did a little bit of a dive into some astrology today. You guys know I have a couple of friends that are astrologers, but I was looking at Astrologer Joe, and I am going to drop the link for this particular video. I am going to drop it, paste, and all of you should go take a look at that, because this cat is, he's a big channel. He's over 100K. He's not, a channel like me. He sounds like me, though. I don't know if he's from the East Coast, but he sounds like me. So he said the chart was wild for last week, and he had done some predictions for last week and said that something big was going to happen on Tuesday or Wednesday. He's also saying that, let me check the dates here. He said the 16th through the 18th is going to be wild. We are in a maelstrom right now of energy. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So if you feel tired, if you feel depleted, if you feel like you're being pulled in 47 directions, I don't want you to think like, oh, you're not enough or anything like that. There's a lot of different energies going around. So I know I have a question about the Black Knight satellite. I will get to it in just a second, because I love the Black Knight satellite, and I'll tell you a little bit about that if you guys don't know what that is. I know, Zeph, just what you need, like more chaos next week. So and one of the things that he said, I think Mars is going into Scorpio. I think that is what he said. I am not an astrologer, guys, so I would like to be. I'd like to know more about that. It is a potential for war. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on with Israel. Greg made me promise that I wouldn't talk about Israel. He's afraid we're going to have visitors. But so there's a lot going on with Israel. There are peace talks. Harry is in Poland or Ukraine. He's possibly has a minister of foreign affairs with him. I'm really just catching up on a lot of this, guys. It is absolutely bananas. Oh, Zephyr, thank you. And kids, I am doing a 20 for 20 tomorrow. So one day only. I will drop these periodically, but tomorrow is a 20 for 20. We do have a $99 an hour sale coming up. I know some of the trolls love that. Outer limits. You know what? I want to take a look at that rally tomorrow. And hi, Urzabeth. Hi. Greetings. Good to see you here. So we'll take a look at a few different things. Zeph, I'm gonna highlight your comment because we're gonna talk about that ginger nitwit. I did drop 2 new shorts of Gandalf and Trevor Cat MC. You guys are gonna like that. They were kung fu fighting, and it's Gandalf is so funny. I'm still calling her Gandalf. Angus is calling her Gigi. Greg is calling her Galadriel, and periodically I call her Candor. So, so we were laughing. We are like, maybe we should call her Candor. Candor the Enigma. So let's giddy up, buttercups. We've got Sleepy Hollow Tarot. We've got a few other fun things here. I do have a poll up at the top. If you guys want me to drop a link and we could do a panel, you guys can come up, whatever you want to do. I have a reading at 8 o'clock, but my schedule is clear as far as I know until then. So, all of the big YouTubers will be at the rally tomorrow. Hashtag UTK will be helpful if you're wanting to support Brick Cousins. Yes. So love that. And Kath, I see your comment about the energy between Harry and Meghan, but we're going to kick it off. I'm going to be self-indulgent. Hit that like button as I bring up the cards, guys. And I hope this angle isn't terrible. My front on camera was just not cooperating. So I'm going to bring up that card view. And we'll make it nice and big for you. Oh, that is the wrong setting. There we go. That's a better setting. Angle is fine. Thank you, Zephyr. And much love to my mods, but most of all, a little bit of healing light over to my girl, Zeph. Make sure she is feeling good. Everything looks great. Penny, it's always great to see you. Penny D, one of my long timers here. So everybody throw Zeph some love there. Oh, yeah. I just saw Outer Limits. I just saw the image of Pete Hegseth and Charlie Kirk's dad. I think it was his dad. I heartbreaking. Absolutely. Our household is sick over it, and we are very upset because some people that we know have posted some terrible things on social media. And Greg actually snoozed a few of our good friends. So it's, let me just pull this in a little bit more. So I'm a little more centered. So I don't look like I need a V8. Well, that's how the whole week has been going, guys. So may as well be throwing cards all over. And I invited Facebook. So we might get some Facebookers in here. Not Facebookers. All right. Yeah, who would not be hot to try Tara? Charlie Kirk was extremely accomplished at the age of 31. So who would not be devastated at that particular life cut short? Not okay. Not okay. I'm still waiting for him to rise up, you know. There's also something about the throat chakras that I want to talk about. So, Zeph, can you just drop throat chakra in there, and I'm going to put a star on it. And if I totally flake out and I go, I don't know what that was about, just, you know, the attacking of the throat chakra. All right. So let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday. Thank you, Zeph. You are my hero. You are my hero. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Is it something that we have to be concerned about in the United States? I'm going to start local. Something we need to be worried about in the United States. Oh, boys boys and girls. Look at that. It's like a poison apple showing up. The United States. So I'm going to say that I want President Trump to please, please, please be extremely careful. Now, I did text to Amy Jones that after the Charlie Kirk incident, when we were texting back and forth, for some reason I got concerned about Governor Abbott out in Texas. So little bit of heavy energy, heavy positive energy for Governor Abbott. Just a little bit concerned about that. Hopefully nobody's going to be knocking on my door next week. But this looks like the intention is to disrupt the centers of power. Now, the Emperor in Tarot, just so that you guys understand, is a good decision maker. The Emperor in Tarot is a fair decision maker. He's your dad that says you can't afford the convertible red hot rod. I got you, Kath. I'm going to read on that too. You can't afford the convertible red hot rod, but you can afford, as Greg says, the Honda Accord. The ones that are speaking sense are going to be targeted. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it loud. Will this be a multi-location defense? I think every leader in the United States right now, governors, mayors, all of those people, they need to check their defenses. This Nine of Pentacles, when this gal is in the upright, this Nine of Pentacles, what she is protected, kept safe, kept secure. This means that there are defenses that are down for some of these people, for some of these leaders in the United States, and they need to be very, very careful about that over that 3-day period next week. President Trump. Let's look at President Trump. I'm losing viewers. Three of Wands. Oof, boy. I don't think Trump has an issue. I don't think that he has an issue. Will he still go to the UK? I think he will. I think it will. All right, so I'm going to take it back. Will he travel? I'm not sure. I think it either will be deferred or it's going to be a conference on the phone. I think there's going to be other elements that he pulls into this visit. I know it's a state visit, but I think he's going to pull other elements into it. We'll look at this again when we go and look at the events that are going to happen this weekend on the 13th. Tomorrow is the Tommy Robinson. Raise the Flags. They're calling it Raise the Flags, right? PG Tibbs, not as good as Yorkshire Red. Just saying. So I am more concerned about next level leadership here in the United States. Like I said, I had Governor Abbott come into my head right away. Is he supposed to be there Tuesday, the 16th to the 18th? Good Lord. Thank you, Kath. Thank you. I'm going to make a mark on that. Unite the kingdom or raise the colors. That's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Zeph. I'm going to make a mark on that too, so we can do that. So I'm not crazy worried about Trump. What's going to happen with his trip? You're concerned for JD Vance. I don't think they'll go for JD Vance. I don't think they will. Yeah, I agree. Outer limits. It does depend on the timing of Charlie Kirk's funeral. They're not going to miss that funeral. Everyone is going to be at that funeral. Everyone. It's not optional. They may have staggered attendance for safety protocols, They're saying it's going to be next weekend. We'll see. We'll see. Stephanie, I am going to read on JD Vance just for you. Usha went up immeasurably, in my estimation, reaching out and holding the hand of poor Erica Kirk. That really was, it was something else. So, all right. Hi, Greg.
Hello.
We're live.
Hi.
Want to say hi to the people?
Hello, people.
Greg says hello to the people. I have a different angle. My camera was acting up again.
Huh?
My camera was acting up again.
You smacking around?
I don't know. You know, like I could be under surveillance.
It's not acting very womanly?
It was not acting very womanly. But I think that I'm under surveillance.
Stop talking about the massage.
I just told everybody that you don't want me talking about Israel. You had to bring the M word into it.
Yeah. But I'm on record saying stop talking about it. They can hear me. You hear me, right? You hear me? Yeah. BB? Buddy?
BB? Honey?
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 Cool,
Samantha
right?
Mustard McDowell is in the house. Everyone buckle up and hang on to your chocolate because she's coming for it. She's coming for your chocolates.
In the chat room.
She's in the chat room.
You have a wrench or not?
She does have a wrench. Yes, she's in the chat room with a wrench and a bar of chocolate. All right, so 40 of you in the chats. Thank you so much, guys. Super chat, super stickers are very, very appreciated. We do have to buy Angus a car. We are likely not getting any money for his car. So if you guys can pony up, that would be fantastic. Or
we presume that Angus will be grateful, but he won't show it.
Yes, he won't show it. But I am doing 20 for 20 tomorrow. So if you want to get a private reading, 20 minutes, $20. Can't be beat. Cannot be beat. Samantha's just getting in a bath. Splish, splash, I was taking a bath. Did you guys know that that was actually a censored song when it came out? Because it suggested that he ran naked through the party and people saw him.
The scandal.
Yeah, it was scandalous when it came out, but we've got WAP. WAP is okay. Yeah. You can play that at school plays. So, all right,
Talk
people.
about it. You can't show it.
So, 16th through the 18th, I want to look at the United Kingdom because I know I've got some of my glorious cousins from the great United Kingdom. Did they have to be worried?
Great Britain. Is there a Lesser Britain?
No, there's not.
Then I think they're great. Great is a superlative. There should be a good Britain and a better Britain, correct? Before it becomes a Great Britain.
There's no best Britain.
Grand Britain.
Grand Britain, for Pete's sake. There's chocolate biscuits that they're talking about. Fox's Dubai style pistachio. Holy moly.
Biscuits are cookies. Stop calling them biscuits.
So, someone else said biscuits.
They're not. Well, those.
The Outer Limit said biscuits. She says biscuits. We say cookies.
Those people on that island are weird. Cookie, not a biscuit.
Ugh, you are a piece of work. So, Great Britain. We are a greater Britain without the Timu Prince, Kathy. You got that right. I'm so sorry that he was over there. We just need to get him an island.
Since he's here, we're the Lesser Britain.
No, he's there. I think he's still there. I don't know where he is, that bozo. But Great Britain, do you have anything to worry about from the 16th to the 18th? I think the kerfuffle and chaos is already there. I think it's already there. But the bad players are going to be outed in all of this. There will be much rejoicing and rebuilding in the streets. This is very interesting. So I'm looking forward to reading on the events for tomorrow, because I think the events of tomorrow actually get some people to stand up and pay attention. I think eyes are opened. 9 of Wands, King of Swords, whatever kerfuffle, and Knight of Wands. Whatever kerfuffle we're dealing with over the weekend and bubbling into the week is going to be settled by the 16th through the 18th. Everything's going to settle down. There will be possibly curfews, possibly like I would not stand down. Shelter in place orders. I think there may be some shelter in place orders, guys. Don't freak out about this. Just go home, make a cup of tea, put the telly on, hang out, eat a biscuit. Eat a biscuit. Don't listen to Greg. Eat a biscuit.
Watch one of your 3 channels.
They have more than 3 channels. It's not 1981. So just shelter in place. Don't worry about it. The wheels are in motion. I'm telling you that right now. The wheels are in motion. We're headed in the right direction. King of Swords, I do think we're going to see some heavy action from the existing prime minister and government. I think we're going to see some heavy action, but the point is going to be made there. So if you make a declarative statement, I don't like you. Say you tell someone, I don't like you, and they continue to yammer, and you start to yammer back and give them all the reasons why you don't like them. The situation just escalates. The declarative sentence of we don't like what is going on, we want something different, is a full and complete sentence. A lot of people say no is a full and complete sentence. No is a full and complete sentence here. So, the declarative sentence is going to be heard, and Mr. Farage is moving into a better position of power. Just want to say that. Sorry, let me get to some of your questions. Will King Charles make a statement? Hang on. All right, I got a lot of questions here. So let's skip over to Christine Scott. Hi, Christine. Good to see you. Guys, keep hitting the like button. The Black Knight satellite. So the Black Knight satellite is an anomaly in the night sky that some people think it is a conspiracy theory thing. They think that it may be an alien satellite that is spying on us. They also think that it may be a piece of equipment that broke away from another satellite. I believe a thermal blanket is one of the possibilities for it. But let's take a look. I got you there, Samantha. I saw your question. I have a 20-minute or 20-second delay on the chat. So, Zeph, I got you. I got you there, baby. All right. So, is sorry, guys. I'm very wiggly here. I don't know why that's so loose. Is the Black Light satellite alien surveillance or a thermal blanket? I shouldn't say thermal blanket. Is it a actual surveillance? Look at how old my hand looks. It's like cronish. Is it an actual observation point for us, or for them, for the aliens, or is it some kind of random equipment that has been floating around? Observation. Legitimate piece of equipment floating around. Observation. 2 of Cups and the High Priestess. Boys and girls, this says they're watching. Over here, piece of equipment. Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Cups, absolutely not. I think we are looking at some surveillance. So when are they going to send some help? So are they going to take action anytime soon? The moon, all will be revealed. The moon. So how many of you, put a 1 in the chat if you guys think the moon is actually an observation station? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't believe that. 1 if you think the moon is an observation station. Because this, I've got the moon here. 2. Okay. 2, moon reveals all. Outer limits. 1, observation station. Got it. All right. Outer limits. We're thinking the same way. We're thinking the same way. 2. Zep thinks I hide behind it. It doesn't spin. It doesn't spin. Why doesn't it spin? Thank you, Ms. Dolka. Erzabet. Great name. Great name. You sound like an author. Erzabet Dolka. Sounds like an author. I'm going to start writing some channeled fiction too, guys. 1, Lady of the Lake, Team Satellite. Samantha. It's a rock, but it still should spin. It still should spin. You know, maybe there's something to Pink Floyd. Maybe there's something to it. So I think they do. They have all kinds of neat stuff up there. But I'm going to tell you something. This Knight of Swords, messages are coming. They're going to be coming in. Coming in, guys. We're going to be talking to some friends soon. All right, so let's talk about the rally. Let's talk about the rally. UK at a pivot point. Outer limits, I absolutely agree. We are at a Gifts and Go. Oh, what's Gifts and Go? Is that for him or Turning Point? What is that? Zeph, if you have the link for that, you can drop the link for that. If they're donations for him. I'll throw a little over there. Pet rock, Samantha. All right, so what's going to happen at our big rally tomorrow in London? Oh, it does spin? Oh, it spins with us. Yes. But it doesn't spin. I'm sorry. I'm not an astronomer either. I wish that I was. There is a rising din for the rally tomorrow. I do think there's a bit of a storming of the Bastille. Royal Tower. You know what, Lisa, I'm not ready to read on him yet. But I will go over and look at her reading. I am not ready to read on him yet. I'm too upset. I'm too emotional about it. Thank you, Christine. So the rising din that I hear for the rally tomorrow in London. The message is to preserve and protect Great Britain. That is the message. We have the 4 of Cups underneath. And the 4 of Cups is a very, I'm sick of this ish. The collective is sick of this ish. They're sick of the two tiers. They are sick of it's not so much the missing equality, but it is the changing equity in different cultures and different classes. So they are truly reactive to this. They're going to be reactive. Hang on. I got you there, Lady of the Lake. Made a note on it. But the anxiety, the angst, the wringing of the hands because there's nothing we can do. We can't, Greg showed me a comment on, it was on, it was like I think a gaming thing or something. And somebody said, it was like a little conversation in their comment. And they said, I can't, Britain, I can't complain. What do you have to complain about? Well, I can't complain because if I do, I'll get arrested. And I think that I very poorly executed that. But I think that kind of silencing and reduction of speaking one's mind, because it can be done in a polite fashion. I don't think that the Americans are doing it right. I think the speaking of your mind, it's my truth. It's my truth. We all know that from Meghan Markle, right? It's my truth. I don't care what your truth is. You're going to have to come with some facts, and you're going to have to speak it calmly. And we're going to sit down and we're going to look at all sides of the cube here. And I think that Britain is much better poised to do that with their indigenous population. I think the people of Britain are, if nothing else, unfailingly polite in most circumstances. And I do think that this is a call for a return to that. But I think we're going to have to dial it up a little bit. That rising din that I'm hearing is clamoring for more and more attention and to kind of get things right. Here, I think we do have a disagreement between the population, royal family, and the government. I think we do, or I should say the king and the government. I think we have disagreements about how to respond. So let's examine that a little bit. Everybody is fed up with having their back against the wall. That was the 9 of Wands up at the top. Everybody's fed up with it. So they're going to be pushing back now. So I want to wish you guys good luck tomorrow. I really want to wish you guys good luck. How are the people going to respond tomorrow? We're going to go 2 by 2 here, kids. If you haven't hit that like button, go do it. You want to have a private reading with me? Hit the link up the top of the chat. So how are the people going to deal tomorrow? They are disenfranchised. The people are disenfranchised and they do not feel cared for. Great Britain, we are with you. Your cousins over here, your wily, crazy cousins here in the United States are with you. I raised my cup of tea. That's so delicious. How is the government going to respond? Oh, Lady of the Lake, tell me more about that. The government is going to see their folly in this situation. Tower card in reverse for me. It's something we have done to ourselves. It's something that we have to try and repair the damage to. Are they going to be successful? Pull a clarifying card on this. Bless you. Did I say bless you or did I think it?
I think you thought it, but thank you.
Bless you. You didn't hear it?
Huh?
You didn't hear it? I don't like.
I just don't like trick questions.
I don't like trick questions. I want to watch that later. So, what they are. So again, I'm going to say this, and I don't want any of my British friends to get upset, but I think that there may be curfews and shelters in place. Don't freak out.
Can I say the joke that I saw the other day on?
Oh, I just tried to say it. What was it?
American says to Britain, "Hey, how things going over in Britain lately?" He goes, "Can't complain." American says, "Oh, well, that's good." No, literally, we can't complain
because we'll get arrested. So I do think that there are going to be shelters in place, curfews. Don't freak out. This is kind of the beginning of the end for you guys. The beginning of the end of this craziness that has been going on. So, the king, the monarchy. How will the monarchy respond? Boom, boom. World in reverse. They are not going to be happy about it. And in this case, I want to say Charles, his disposition of being more of a greatest generation than a baby boomer. Yeah, and again, I've said this before. Oh, Kathy, you like my British accent? Well, thank you, darling. I have always said that King Charles has a disposition of more of the greatest generation. He was really molded and created through his mother's kind of teaching through that generation. And he is progressive in some senses where yes, Kelly, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. He has been caught. They've got him. So so King Charles is more of the mentality, and I don't think that he was as forward thinking as his mother, because with environmentalism and thinking about that stuff, it really is, if you think about it, a rolling back. It's a rolling back of thinking. Oh, Lady of the Lake, isn't that awful? Our house did that too. Oh, Stephanie, I've got that. We'll talk about that a little bit too. So King Charles, with this progressive environmentalism, it really is a rolling back. He's kind of going back to a more old-fashioned kind of lifestyle where we live off the land and we do all these neat things, and we're very careful. We wash our aluminum foil and put it away and save it. We save our bacon grease. I always save our bacon grease because it's delicious. Great to cook with. But I think that he is not really sure how to respond to this. He has never seen a rebellion against the country. He has focused on rebellions against monarchies, but not against the government of a country, which I think is very strange. It's a much more personal scope for him. He doesn't look at it like, oh, well, maybe the government fails and I'm here. The government is in front of him as a shield, and he is anticipating that it will endure. So this is going to be very interesting. So guys, if there's shelter in place, if there's curfews, just deal. It's good. Monday is going to be a different day. Sunday is actually going to be a different day. So I'll do a good reading for William and Catherine, Stephanie, and Lady of the Lake. So,
well, lady, why don't you give a sword to somebody who's supposed to lead?
Would you stop?
Supposed to be the once a future king, isn't he?
Stop distracting me. She's not some watery tart. Oh, for Pete's sake. That was my sister. Don't these people know that I work? All right, so what do we need to know about tomorrow? Let's see what tomorrow's going to look like. Guys, I may get up early. To watch that. See what's going on. How's the day going to kick off? Knight of Cups. Everyone is going to come with love and deliver the information of outer limits. I got that question. Yeah, I saw that. It was terrible. So people are going with love of a fellow man, woman, and country, and the great injustice that has been done to the, again, indigenous people of Great Britain. I know, don't even start, Greg.
Really?
So that's how the day is going to start. It is going to move into even greater I do think that the break from peaceable, calm presentation is going to be from the other side. Does this mean police? No, it doesn't. I think there are going to be odd players that show up. I just want a little sidebar here. Little sidebar. Boom, boom, boom. Fomenting unrest. There are going to be satellite culture groups that are going to jump into the mix and try and create some focus on themselves. Let's put it that way. So I think this is where we see the departure here. How do we respond to that? Let me just shake it up a little bit. Shake it up. Shake it up. I am going to say it again.
Say it loud. Say it proud.
The people of Great Britain are unfailingly polite. Cooler heads are going to prevail. Energy in place right now says cooler heads are going to prevail. There are not going to be boozed up people, acting about like hooligans. We're not going to see that. This is a very serious presentation. I think it's more of a presentation than a protest. And I do think, hi, Cindy, my dear. It's okay if you're here late. I am going bananas. So I do think that we're going to see more of a presentation. I think when things try to kick off, the crowd is not going to respond. I think they are actually going to not respond. Guys, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. This means that we have people that are focused in calming-ish down in Great Britain. They're calming it down. And who is this guy? Who is this guy? Nigel Farage. I think Nigel Farage. Now, I did like Rupert Lowe, and I've had different opinions of people, but I think Nigel Farage. Hi, Tennessee Walton. Good to see you. I think Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson, I think these are calmer people. We are not getting the rabble, the rebellious rabble like we had here in the United States. This isn't going to be a Vladimir Lenin kind of situation where they go in and take the country by force. This is, we are letting you know that this is not how we continue to proceed in the United Kingdom. This is not the British way. And we are tired of being polite while we have our faces spat in. So I am very, very hopeful. Cards look good. That tomorrow is not going to be a chaotic, crazy event. Kath lost all respect for Nigel Farage when he did Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. I didn't know he did that. Well, our president had a game show. His own game show. Are we doing pizza tonight, by the way?
Sure.
All right.
I like pizza.
I like pizza. Don't even do it.
I was quoting multiplicity.
Samantha, look at you, girl.
Spitting on bugs.
Don't let me forget. I have an 8 o'clock appointment. 8 o'clock. And hopefully tomorrow I'm going to have a full day of appointments because it's 20 for 20 tomorrow, kids. 20 for 20. Yes, Outer Limits. I'm worried about you guys. And London is one of my favorite places in the world. I love London. I'm a tremendous fan of history. And I really do want to make sure that you guys come through this okay. It's actually one of the places that I intended to retire to. Not London, but England, Scotland. I've got a friend now in Wales. We might have to go and get some neeps and leeks I love Wales. I love Northern England. Scotland, I'm a huge fan. So I know it rains all the time, but you know,
I think you're at the Gibraltar today.
I think we have to add Gibraltar to that. We do a tour and get like a little boat and just go back and forth.
Maybe we'll see Chewbacca.
Maybe we'll see Chewbacca. So, yeah, Lady of the Lake. Not bloody likely. Where is she when we need her? All right, guys. So I think we're looking good. Do we want to talk about Bozo? Let's talk about Bozo. Yeah, I think I need like a little media asset here. What do we got? It's so much fun. So yes, I will come visit Cornwall. I will travel all over that. I will get myself a caravan and travel all over the place. That is a place I would caravan around, Greg. I would do that. I'm afraid to do it in the United States because it's just nothing from here to there. South Coast, sea and countryside, all close by. That's exactly what I would love. Just cross the road from Meadows, 400 yards from the beach. I would love that. I would love that. Karen Cultus, good to see you. I've seen London. Lady of the Lake, I will absolutely let you know when I am coming. There's a psychic school there. And it's a school of the supernatural. And I would love to go that. Gregory! Samantha doesn't even wear underpants. She's naked right now. She just got out of the bath. She was in the bathtub. Splish, splash. She was taking a bath. All right. So, is Harry indeed representing the monarchy right now in Poland? Our delivery guy the other day was from Poland. He was very nice. All right, kids, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Watched part of The Princess and the Frog the other day. So I'm like, the Shadow Man. All right. Is he representing? Ah! I just want to like not even read cards anymore. Two of Cups. King of Wands. His father knows he can't do diddly squat, but we got the Devil in reverse. And then the Six of Cups. This is a one-off, kids. They're not bringing him back. This is a test. Beep. This is a test. This is only a test. He's testing Harry to see if he can bring him back. Good grief. Good grief. He feels bad for this kid. But there's no, you can't, I'd say, can't let the guy, can't put the cat back in the bag. Can't get the toothpaste back in the tube. There's an agreement that he is not going to involve Meghan. So what is the layout that King Charles put out there? Boom. The Emperor, he's not to make any decisions. And that will bring him back into the family. He is not allowed to speak. Shut the hell up. Knight of Cups. This Hololos, this business of being hopelessly devoted to you. I cannot sing like Olivia Newton-John, just so you guys know. The hopelessly devoted to the missus is, being just like starry-eyed over this shrew of a wife. Did I say that? They want him to wake up. They want him to wake up. Tower, he's going to blow it. Don't even worry about it, guys. He's going to blow this. He's not going to be able to do it. So what's going to happen? I'm actually going to get another deck. What's going to happen? He got Shrek. Ron, my dear. Hello. Good morning to you. I hope you are having a great day. I am exhausted from everything that has gone on this week. Absolutely exhausted. We're reading on Harry the Bozo. So we're going to be working our way down the questions. He got Shrek. So, how is he going to blow this? Because Harry is going to blow it. His father is giving him a chance and he is going to blow it. What is he going to do? So, all right, you know how Harry isn't good off script? So, he said once upon a time with Meghan that he had genetic what was it? Genetic pain, and it was the line that was fed to him was generational pain, but he messed it up. He's not good off script. He's going to go off script. That's what he's going to do. Up. There's one. There's two. He is still blinded by his megalomania and his King Midas syndrome. He is still worried about not having enough. And, greed never looks good on anyone. The late, great Charlie Kirk had said about Meghan Markle that she was one of the most ungrateful people that he had ever seen, that she was ungrateful for everything. And Harry is cut from that same cloth. Harry is also, he too, is not grateful. He's going to be very impatient about his re-entry into the royal family. If they give him an opportunity to come back in, he's going to blow it because he's going to be impatient. He wants a crown. He wants to move back into a place of power. He wants to be Diana's son, and he wants to be a spectacular success, but he is a fabulous disaster, to quote Malcolm McLeod. What was his name? The guy who did the Sex Pistols, managed the Sex Pistols. I can't remember his name. Can you Google it real quick? What? Malcolm. I almost said Malcolm McDowell, but I love him. It was not Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McLaren. Thank you. Almost went to a party with him. He was on Tiffany's flight coming over. He had a big event at the Windows of the World, and we tried to get there. Thank you, Kath. Malcolm McLaren. Oh my God. And she was like, oh my God. One of my friends was a flight attendant. And she's like, oh my God. We were in New York, and she was like, I got invited to this party by this guy. And like, I don't even know. He's like some music dude. And we knew a lot of people in the music industry. And I was like, oh. And she was like, it's the Windows of the World. And that was in the World Trade Center. And I said, well, who's the guy? I don't know, some guy, Malcolm McLaren. Like, I don't know. And I was like, what? I'm like, we're so going. And she had passes, and I couldn't find our way around the city properly. She wasn't a valley girl. She was just a blonde. Oh my God. She's like totally talks like that. She still talks like that. So funny. But she says, oh my God, all the time. In my phone, she is, oh my God, Tiffany. Her name's really Tiffany. Sounds a lot like Raven. So prediction. Let me do a little future cast. We're going to do a little future cast here. Where's my future cast? There it is. Once upon a time, there was a bozo prince. His name was Harry, and he got married to this Hollywood trash bag. And what happened was they ran away from home and tra-la-la, went out and did a whole bunch of stuff. Hello, Kelly. I see you in the chat. They went out, they did a whole bunch of things. He left his family, and then his father welcomed him back in and said, hey, let me give you a job to do. Just don't do A, B, and C. Don't involve your wife. Make sure you do the right thing. And Harry's going to blow it. He's going to blow it. He's going to talk off script. He's going to ad lib, and it's not going to look good. Before we get off the bozo, was the ad lib the thing about doesn't your brother drive you mad? If you guys didn't see the clip already, he was at the Well Child Award and he was talking to a young man. And he said to the young man, "Do you have a brother?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "Oh, does he drive you mad?" And the kid was like, "No, I get on with them. Like, we get on fine." And he was like, "Oh, you're at the same school." Oh, because famously, if you remember, Harry was like, "Oh, when I went to school with my brother, he ignored me, didn't want to hang out with me." Guess what, Harry? I went to school with my sister. My sister was 2 years older than me. She didn't want to hang out with me either. So that kind of thing happens. Greg, did your brother and sister want to hang out with you at school?
I never went to school with my sister, but my brother. And hell no.
Hell no. He shunned you.
He avoided.
He avoided Greg. So it's just a bit. What was that?
He pushed me one day.
I actually got my ass beat because of my sister. My sister got into a kerfuffle with some of the we call them the burnouts, like the metalhead girls, and I stupidly defended my sister. And we had these X types hallways, like, you know, it went this way and this way, and I one of them said something to me and I confronted her and she was twice my size. It was a little itty bitty thing when I was in high school. It was little itty bitty. I was only a freshman and I was 14 years old. And what would happen was all of the students would clog up the hallways and they would let the fights happen there. That was the teachers couldn't get through. And I got my ass beat by this giant girl. I know her name. I can't say it because I'm on a public platform, but she beat the snot out of me. I still got up. And one of her friends took a swipe at me after, and that was when some of my geeky friends came in and rescued me. It was a bit late. Greg, do you have your phone? Text Kay and tell her I'm on a live and to come into the chat. So yeah, that was so that's what happens with siblings. So was going off script, the sibling comment. Ace of Pentacles. He was fishing for it. Yeah, that was it, guys. I am sorry. I'm sorry, but I think Harry has already gone off script. You know, I know that what does he have? The foreign affairs representative with him. I know he's got somebody with him. I think that was planned out ahead of the game. The Tower. He blew it. Queen of Pentacles. He really tried. He really tried to just make his brother look bad. How dare he? What an absolute douche. Can't even say it any other way. Ugh. All right, so let's see what the energy is between Harry and Meghan. I think he's been off the wagon for a while, Tennessee Walton. I think he's a smoker. He's a joker. He's a midnight toker. Kath, we love William over here too. He's going to be a great king. Harry needs the PR. Absolutely, Braun. Absolutely. The great Steve Miller. Whoa. It was just for you guys. I used to go see Steve Miller every year, and that was one of my favorite things at our amphitheater, that before he would come out, everybody would do that intro. It was really cool. So, energy between Harry and Meghan. Let's go. Bada boom. This is Harry. Merc, I am good. I know I owe you a call. I had a hell of a week. I had a crazy week. Very crazy emotionally. There was a lot of astrological stuff going on that was affecting me. So I just kind of curled up into a little hole and just went me, 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 me. So if you notice, I didn't do a lot of content. Why am I so crooked right now? I'm like the old man aching drum, right? It's not summer anymore. We can't talk about that. The great outdoors. All right. So this is Harry. This is Megan. It's the energy between them. Harry, 7 of Cups. Tennessee Waltz, and I got this for you. 7 of Cups. When it's in reverse, Harry. This is confusion, delusion. Confusion and delusion. Queen of Wands, he is not lighting anything on fire. King of Cups, he did show up with a lot of loving, a whole lot of love. Wow. A whole lot of love. Over here, the Strength card, he thinks, and this is something I've said about him all along, he thinks that no matter what he do, no matter what he say, that blood will never turn him away. Boy, is he ever sadly mistaken. This business, I think he's being very sweet to her. I think he is realizing that there's not a lot that he can do, period, anywhere. He just doesn't really have anything. And he is going to have to endure. I want to pull a clarifier on this. Endure what? Endure living in 2 worlds at the same time. He is living 2 lives separately. He is trying to timeline jump and get back into the royal family. That's what's happening. This, I think he is polluting himself a little bit. And I don't know like how it goes with bringing like gummies and THC infused cookies and things like that into the United Kingdom. I don't know if you could like reseal them in a different bag or something like that. I'm sure all kinds of people do it. Same Tiffany that I was just talking about went to an event. I remember they were bringing water. It was like one of the Woodstocks or something, and she had a case of water, and she pulled all the middle ones out, but left the shrink wrap on and filled all the middle ones up with vodka. It was like a genius idea. She was always good for a genius idea. Still good. So, how is Megan feeling right now? Let's see. Oh, 2 of Wands. She's making plans to go. He is not making her any money, and she's biding her time though. Biding her time. Oh, where the hell's the link? Kendall. Say, drop the link, drop the link. All right, let Candor come up, guys. I want Candor to come up. So, Candor, there's a link for you, my darling. So, she is biding her time, biding her time. So, how is the energy between them? Is it fake? 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. They are working at correcting course. They're trying to correct their course so that they can make their wishes come true, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Not going to work. I'm going to end that poll because we already have our first guest coming in. End poll. You guys said yes, so I'm going to bring you up one at a time. So don't all jump in there. And if you're not, showing a name and a face, you can hide yourself. Just show me your face before you come up because I got to make sure there's no crazy people coming in. I mean, we're all a little bit crazy, but so the energy between them, I think, is false, Kath, just to answer that question in a condensed version. I think it is a fake energy that's between them. I think they are both trying to survive, but it's like 2 people drowning in the water. They're paddling, and they're going to sink the other one. If they have to, they're going to sink the other one. So, oh, Candor. Candor. Are you ready, my friend? Well, hello. Candor, I just have one thing to say.
Uh,
I wasn't even
Anna,
sure if it was the real you. I should have said, "Show me Astra."
but Anna, the phone rings in the middle of the night, and my father asks me what I'm going to do with my life.
Wait, what?
And I say, "Oh, Daddy D, you know, and you're still number one, but gays, they got to have fun."
Anybody that's in the chat that doesn't know my good friend Candor here, Candor is an amazing content creator. He's gossip, he's festival, he's fun, and he's awesome. Candor, I just read on the protests that you guys are having tomorrow, and it looks
Um,
like
I'm dreading it, Anna. I'm dreading it because you know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do. They're gonna have idiots in on purpose to cause a riot, and it's you know exactly what they're gonna do.
I
It's all
do.
designed.
Cooler heads are going to prevail, though. They're going to prevail, and I think the beauty of this is that the core of the protesters are going to remain calm, and they're just going to gesture and go, see, look at these idiots, look at what's happening. This is not how we want to live. This is not how polite civilized society lives. So I did predict that there may be curfews and shelter in place orders, so don't freak out if they do that. Just sit tight. It's all going to work out. I think
I heard it's going all the way around the world. They all doing it. They're doing it in Australia. They're doing it in Europe. They all doing it.
in
Pe-
Australia,
Yeah, people have had enough.
huh? I wonder who's funding all this. I wonder if it's the same people that are funding us.
Please donate more, thank you. Bills need to be paid.
Zephyr, thank you for dropping Candor's link. That is wonderful. Like I said, guys, go over, give Candor a sub, and then come on back into the chat. We're having some fun tonight on a Friday. So, all right. So
Where
let's
is your
see.
singing voice? You need to be singing Cyndi Lauper in it. Come on, sing to your crowd. Get them in the mood. Because girls, they want to have fun. Come on.
Do you know how much I loved her when I was like, I mean, I was like punk rock, and she came out with orange hair,
Hmm.
and I just thought she was the coolest thing ever. And I absolutely adored her. And I liked professional wrestling. So having Captain Lou Albano in her video as her dad, I was like, oh, and like I was so young, I thought that was her dad. I was like, is that really her dad? Like I'm such an idiot. But I really thought she was a really she's a terrific person. She actually is a big advocate for LGBTQ plus,
Oh,
like
she is. Her sister's a lesbian.
yeah, but she's got a good heart. She's really cool about it.
Yeah.
So
She's
um
one of those legends what are just legendary, and she can sing. That's the difference.
and
She can
she can
sing.
sing.
The
Wait,
that's the
Greg says he met her. You met
he
her?
did. He did. He said he told us. Yeah.
I don't know. My brain's leaking out of my ears. I don't know what's going on.
Like everyone, we just want to have fun. That's all we really want.
Up, Irene's got a big question. Outer Limits. I like Toya too, but I like Toya because I'm a Fripp, Peter Fripp, Peter Fripp. Yes, I'm a fan of her husband. Um, so yeah, and I like over the pandemic they were doing those fun little lives where she always had her. She was showing her tassels, but she didn't have tassels on.
Right.
So,
I mean,
Candor, what did I hear? Do we have to wear tassels to your next live?
you can wear whatever you want, nipple twisters, the whole lot if you want. No,
Robert Fripp. Thank you. I've got to
whatever
be.
you feel comfortable in, put it that way. If you want to come dressed as a tea cozy, come dressed as a tea cozy. You know, it's all good. The the
So Candor, we're gonna get metaphysical for a second. So there's some. I dropped a link a little bit earlier. There's a guy named Joe the astrologer, and he's been talking about some next week there's going to be some upheaval going on. And he referenced a couple of other psychics that were talking about the arena situation, the gal who was on the train who got stabbed in the neck, and also JD
Yeah.
Vance was hit in the neck, and that energetically this is a silencing of people, even though that lovely, what's that?
The other thing as well, Annabelle, the reason they aim for the neck is because the neck is the most delicate position as well, where it can be damaged. They always say, like, they wear bulletproof vests and stuff like that. The most vulnerable place is your neck. At least you have a rib cage to protect you and certain things with the organs and that. It's the neck, and you just, and that's it.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, wear metal around your neck.
Yeah. So there is something about the silencing of people, and that's what some of these energetic spiritual people are talking about. So I just want to see if there's something going on. And it's weird because I've been coughing for the last couple of days. Like this weird kind of dry cough. It kind of feels like I have cat hair in my throat. And I'm curious if we're actually
Stop
seeing
licking
that.
Ormy then.
What's that?
You use a brush and stop licking Ormy.
Do you know her brother was licking her? Like he was trying to wrestle with her. I did 2 little shorts of them today. And he was licking her and then like biting her and like biting her neck, and she was just like rolling her eyes at him. So should
That's what Harlow and Astra does, and she does it with Oshi as well. She cleans them, then wants to play fight with them. But I think it's their way of showing the love as well, because she nibbles on me a little, then she lets go to show that she cares. The It's like a kind of like showing affection thing what they do to show they
yeah.
care.
So
The-
Cutie Patootie would do that. Like when I would do something she didn't like, she would just gently put her teeth on me. She wouldn't
Yeah,
bite down. She'd
that's
let
what
me
Dahlia
know.
does. That's what Dahlia does with me after she
Yeah.
gets a stroke. And the oh, by the
Which
way, have you not heard the update?
what
You know
update?
all these crazy people what's saying about Charlie Kirk and how they celebrating the tragic loss of him.
Yes.
They all getting fired from the jobs and they getting
Yes.
all sacked. And I'm like, thank God there is someone waking up and listening and stopping this craziness.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, it is just in bad taste and classless.
And
Don't you think? I
I would
mean,
never want someone working for me with that attitude. Never.
I,
Regardless of the politics. You don't
I
want to
and
celebrate
and I
someone's death.
wonder how that's going to shake out with like HR. Because I know that when I was at my former company, when I worked in corporate, that we did have some restrictions on our social media. Greg certainly had it, and like we weren't allowed to make political statements or stump or anything like that on our social media for politicians. So celebrating the assassination. Hi, Juanita. Celebrating this assassination of anyone. I don't care if
It's
they're
disgusting.
red, blue, whomever. It really is not.
And
And I have never celebrated when another an adversary of the United States has been assassinated or liquidated or whatever they're calling. I don't do that. It really is in bad taste.
right,
But Lady of the Lake and Outer Limits are saying, yeah, the anyone that is publicly celebrating that, they will have their visas reviewed
God,
and removed. Yeah.
they should
They're-
do. They should do. Because it's a right. I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, Americans. You may hate me for this as a British person. You have 2 amendments. The First Amendment is freedom of speech, and that. The Second Amendment is gun laws. The Second Amendment took out the First Amendment. What the hell is going on in America? You have
you know
amendments,
what?
what you should abide by. You know what I
You're,
mean?
you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Um, yeah, Tennessee Waltz. So wait, so the throat chakras, yes, this is a sign that people are being silenced. It is an harbinger, an omen, some
You know
may
what
say.
else I heard, Anna, as well?
What,
They
my
have
dear?
they have gay people who are bloggers going up talking about as a gay perspective, and then trans and stuff like that. Because I really don't care your perspectives. People have a choice whether they, regardless if people are homophobic or not. You have no right to take someone's life. End
No.
of. End of. End of
So
discussion.
Candor, the argument from that, because my best friend is gay, and
Yeah.
she hates Donald Trump. One of my best friends. I have a ton of best friends, but she hates Donald Trump. Um, there were some community comments made about Charlie Kirk that were very upsetting to me on social media. Not because I'm like, yay, Charlie Kirk. Like I wasn't like an avid fan of his, but because it was just insensitive. Um,
It's just people's points of view, how they see things. But you could have someone on the other side saying something derogatory back at him, being insensitive. But you don't pull out a gun on people.
no, and I think, if someone do you know who Cheer Denise is? Do you follow Cheer Denise? I'm just gonna make us even here.
No, no, I
So,
don't know who that is.
Cheer Denise is lovely, and she actually she did a review of Spare, which is like one of the funniest things. She's an American gal, and she does this voice for Harry. And it's hilarious. She's like very, very engaging. I think she's a teacher,
You,
but
you
she's
need to check
absolutely
out,
lovely.
Anna, you need to check out my post, what I did with Spare. And I titled
I
it Be
saw it. I
Proactive.
saw it. I saw it. So, Cheer Denise is has a great holds her faith very close to her, and I'm kind of glad we're talking about this because, um, a lot of people that are deep in their traditional faith, deep in their structured religion, whether it's Christianity or
Mm.
Judaism or whatnot. And a lot of them will look at me, and I even have a member of my family who's like, "You're raising demons," and I keep telling that family member, like, I'm not, like I do this from my heart. I do this from with God. I do, I'm not speaking for him or her or whomever, but this.
Technically, Anna, I have to agree with you because here I am. You summoned us.
I had no idea God had flamingo pillows, but I love that for you. I love that for you.
Now you know.
But in all honesty, um, tarot readers are not, raising demons. We're not worshiping the dark side. We're not doing that. It has that
No,
connotation. And there are some that are like that. But for me, my scope is I have a great reverence for the Almighty, whatever that may be. I do know that there is a greater power, greater than all of us. I don't know which religion has gotten it right. And really I can't really say that Catholicism is correct or Mormonism is correct. I really can't do that. So my thing is I want to be safe and keep my conduit to the greater good, to the Almighty.
I
I want
always
to
taught
keep
you. I always taught you my perspective on religion stuff. Believe what you want to believe, but keep it to yourself and don't push it onto other people. Me personally, I'm not religious, but what I do believe in, the one good thing about the Bible is it teaches you how to behave with other people. And
yes.
that's like a moral code. They use it in court systems, you swear on the Bible and stuff like that. And it's just have some morals and how you treat each other. That's it.
And that's really what it is. I mean, in tarot, the Hierophant card it represents that. It represents the rules and the regulations that create a good society and learning those rules and following those rules. It's not really hard to be a good person, but it's not really hard to be a terrible person as well. If you want to be self-serving, if you want to rob and steal and cheat, yeah, like that may serve your ends, but it is much better to spread love and light and
Do
goodness.
I do believe people have two different sides to them, and they can venture either way now and then. No one is perfect. You can delve into stuff, be shady when you want to be and stuff like that to a degree, but to constantly be at that level, constantly every day getting worse and worse, the only thing you're creating is toxicity, and you're hurting yourself and making yourself ill. Life
And
is not that bad.
and I think that that's where some of my friends that are glad, I hate to say it, glad that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I think that's kind of where that goes. Any religion would not tell us to revel in the loss of someone, a tragic loss of someone like that, whether it's a car accident, a mountaineering accident, or an assassination. That I don't think there's any religion that says that. Martyrdom is something that kind of comes along with it, and there's a lot of that being thrown around. That I know Benny Johnson has been saying it about Charlie Kirk, that he is a martyr. He stood up for his morals, and the fact that I could listen to some of the things that he says, not ascribing to that same religious criteria that he has. I think he is. There are things that are accessible. We're never going to agree with everything that another person says. Like, you and I are not going to agree on everything. I don't like fish. You might like fish.
Of course not, Anna. You get things wrong.
Yeah. Well, you don't.
I,
I
I
do.
don't. I never do. I never do, as I'm the higher power. Remember, everybody. No, but I want to ask you a question, Anna. I was looking online today, right, and I was listening. There's someone going around asking students at the colleges and stuff
Mhm.
and the universities what they thinking, and the way they were talking, I was absolutely gobsmacked. I'd be horrified if I was their parent and they would turn around talking about someone being ended and they not giving a damn and thinking, thank God it's happening and stuff like this. I'm like, I would feel like a parent. I've failed in life. I have literally failed as a parent for my child to turn around and talk like that. So I want to lead this into a question. Did you speak to your daughter and son
Yes.
regarding this? And what were their responses?
So, Ella, so we are really libertarians in this house. We're kind of right between conservative and liberal. We have and when I say that, I mean as a family. I think Angus is probably the most conservative out of all of us. He was a Charlie Kirk fan. He was the one who alerted us to what was going on. But libertarianism, like we like our gun laws. We like 2A. We absolutely like that. But we don't care who you want to marry. We don't care if you want to be transgender. We don't care if you want to walk down the street painted polka dot blue, white, and red. Just make sure you have your naughty bits covered so that you're not alarming the children.
Exposing children
Um,
or people who be offended by it, because at the end of the
yeah,
day,
yeah,
no
uh,
one wants to see people's genitalia. That's why we
right.
invented clothes.
Exactly. We think that taxation is theft. We also like support as like more of a tribalistic kind of view, like a localized tribalistic view. So we're not keen on sending money to people on the other side of the world for support, those kinds of things. We would rather support the people that are in our community. So
Well, let's
whereas like
face it. Let's face it. Those companies are all corrupt anyway, donating on the other side of the world, and it really just goes to governments on the other side of the world. The charity says nothing.
yeah, I mean, but that kind of tribalism, like we have Tunnels to Towers here. It's one of our charities, and it's for first responders. It started after 9/11, and that was one of the things that I wanted Greg and I to do a monthly contribution to them, because I think that what they do is, if a first responder is unfortunately loses their life, they will pay off the mortgage. They will donate money for the kids to go to college. It really is. And being a blue family, you know, we really do want to support that kind of tribalism for us. You know, being a blue family
Anna,
is,
Anna, when I was a child, we used to have adverts going for Africa Aid.
yeah,
And just imagine we could build a well for these people and give them water and stuff like this. They've been running this ad on 42 now, and they still haven't found that well. They're not going to find bloody water. Come
yeah.
on.
You're in a desert. Walk south. Walk south.
Exactly.
Um,
Move to where there is water, for God's sake.
yeah. So Greg said basics of being libertarian. You do you, leave me alone. Everyone else leave and everyone else alone with your BS taxation and stuff. And that's really you know, the crux of it. So I had called Ella and I said, hey, you know, how's everything up there? Like, you know, with what's going on. And she was like, what's going on? So she really did not she she did not know that anything had happened. And she was like, should I let people know? And I was like, no, don't sound the alarm. I said the university might be keeping it tamped down so that, you know, people aren't getting upset, or, you know, maybe you know, causing another event. You know what I'm saying? Like there are here in America, people like to do those copycat events. So, you know, she was okay. You know, she was, and I told her, I said, don't look it up, because that Angus saw it on Reddit and saw the videos. He saw a few different angles, and he brought it to me and he showed me the video, and I go, that is fake. That's AI. That's not real. And he was like, Mom, I have like 5 different angles. And I was like, nah. And
I haven't
then,
actually seen it being done, you know what I mean? I saw
yeah,
the run up to the event, but the thing is, I don't want to see it because I don't want that in my mind.
no, it's
And
horrible.
yeah, Greg had a good point there about Mr. Beast.
Wait, what?
And
But you guys were both talking at the same time. What? Oh, please repeat, Candor.
Greg had a good point. He said about Mr. Beast digging wells and stuff like that, but the people wouldn't maintain. Now, I'm not even religious, but I'm gonna take a quote out the Bible. Um, teach a man how to fish, and
Yes.
that's the only way he's gonna learn.
Yes.
Or they're just gonna want handouts all the time if you keep feeding them.
Yeah. And so, you know, for us, charity begins here in our community. You know, if there's I mean, we have one homeless guy who was kind of a nightmare, but you know, if there are people that need in town, and we have an associate, a person that we know through a few other people, they run like support announcements for individual families. So he'll put a post up on Facebook and say, we have a family that, you know, had a kitchen fire. They've lost all their clothes. They've lost all this stuff. Can somebody donate any of this? You know, if you guys can donate ShopRite gift card or anything like that, that would be great. Emily, I'm doing 20 for 20 tomorrow. So if you want to book with me, I can absolutely help you do that remotely. Yes, I can help people find lost items, but I do remote view. So we'll have to do it real fast and furious in the 20 for 20. So let's give it a shot. Go ahead. And Juanita, thank you for gifting memberships. Guys, gifted memberships are wonderful. You get content early. We do members only lives. I am going to do a members only live early next week. And we're going to do giveaways. I give away readings for that. So if you are a membership member, then you will be, if you come into the live, then the members only live, you will be able to be entered in the contest for the free reading. Every month I do one. So let's see, what else do we have? Let me get back.
I'm going to drop down because it's late here and I've got neighbours, but I just wanted to pop up and say hi to you and pick your brain.
Candor, you are welcome on my channel anytime you want.
I wish you were on the same time differences. It'd be a lot easier. It would. But
Give me a little bit, because I want to switch my sleeping schedule. I've been going to bed too late and not getting up early at all. Like Greg, I'm like adjusting to Greg's schedule, and I don't like it. So yeah,
Everyone in here and people watching, hit the like and show your love to
show you
Annabelle.
love. Don't make me show my tassels.
Don't make a show Tim and Tina. Okay?
Well, at least it's not Ike and Tina.
No, if it was Ike and Tina, they'd be fighting with each other. You couldn't get control. You've got to keep
Well,
them in separate rooms if it's Ike and Tina, okay?
so Kendra, do you have something to say? Just one thing?
There's only one thing I've got to say.
What's that, Kendra?
Sayonara!
Nara, my friend. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So, guys, that was the amazing Candor the Enigma. He is so much fun. You can see on my face, I'm smiling. He is so much fun. I absolutely adore him. So, give him a sub. Give him a sub. Okay. So, we did throat chakra. Let's talk about Trump's state visit. Let's see how that is going to go. Let's see how that is going to go on as it gets later and later for the UK and later for me. It is getting earlier and earlier for people on the other side of the planet. New Zealand and Australia is showing up now. So it is great to have you guys here. Great to have you guys here. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. How is Trump's state visit to the UK going to go? So let's see. What is he thinking right now? Because I'm going to tell you. Somebody called me out the other day because they said Harry wasn't going to meet with his father. And I was kind of wishy-washy about it. And they posted in the chat. They were like, too bad your cards were wrong. Okay. Sometimes decisions get changed. I do not think that Harry's visit was really scheduled. I don't think it was scheduled in advance. I think they squeezed it in because he was being obnoxious and adamant. So let's see how the energy is for Trump right now. Is he going to go to the UK? Is he going to? One card for this. Knight of Pentacles. This looks like he does not want to cancel that trip. Is he going to shorten it? It will be shortened. So the intended length of the visit, he's probably going to fly in and fly out. You can do that when you're the president. So yes, Stephanie, thank you. Little thing called free will. So what is this visit going to be like? I think it's going to be short. I think it's going to be sweet. Status of the visit. So I do think that one of the messages that he is going to show up with, this is going to be the theme of his show up. There's a lot at stake in the world. There is a lot of instability in the world. Now, whether you like it or not, the whole Charlie Kirk situation he was very much, oh, thank you, Outer Limits. I see that right there. And Elaine, he was whining and pushy at the Queen's funeral. Okay. Charlie Kirk, and I did read an article about it that said he actually staffed the current administration. He was a significant player in the current administration, putting some of the people in there. So saying that there is unrest here, there is unrest home, the world is an unhappy place. Between you and I, Great Britain and the United States, we have a very unhappy world. What is his presented solution? Presented solution is we work together. We are powerful and strong. And now we need to smooth out the wrinkles of the American people and the British people. And that means you've got to drop some of the processes that are in place. You have to change some of the structures and rules in place. Let's get some clarification on that. We're going to use a few of these. Yes, since 2016. Correct, Elaine. But he was integral in the people that, and I believe he was first choice for vice president. I believe he was first choice for this term. Hi, Edna. Clarification. What do they have to drop? What things? Knight of Pentacles, new laws that people are not happy with, new rules and regulations. That is what Trump's going to say. He's going to say that your new policies are making people very unhappy. The moon is there, King of Swords. He is absolutely going to say you need to change your immigration policies, or you are going to wind up with a situation like we had with Arena on public transport. You know, knife crime. I'm shocked that in New York, knife crime is quite so high right now. Here in New York, apparently, the sentencing, if you have a knife versus a pew, 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 is a little bit different. Oh, it's so cool! You guys can see my one of my lights here. I didn't realize that. Sorry about that. Stephanie, I think he would have been too. I think he would have been too. So who will Trump have more pull with? Starmer or the King? Or William? We'll do triple play here. You ready, kids? You ready? You like this? Who is Trump going to be more convincing with? We have Starmer, the King, and William. I don't think William likes him very much. Just saying. Starmer wants to see the back of him so bad. Starmer is going to race through their meeting. He is going to race through the meeting. He does not, he is dreading him getting there and ready to see the back of him. With the protests, he's going to use the response to the protests this weekend. If they go as calmly as I think they're going to go, he's going to use that as proof that he's a strong and good leader. That's what he's going to do. So inflexible, but it's the cookie is already crumbling, or the biscuit is already crumbling. All right. So is he going to be influential with the King? 5 of Wands in the Chariot. King Charles does not want any wrinkles in his sheets. That's coming from a girl who irons her sheets. Again, this is going to be lip service. He's going to say, no, we've got things under control here. You can move along. He is going to be very, very superficial, not really invested in that meeting. How about William? I think William is a better fit. Now, I don't think that William loves Trump. I just don't. I don't think he loves him. But I think William understands using the right tool for the right job. And right now, there are a lot of unhappy people in the United Kingdom. And having a tool, or taking a tool from President Trump's lunchbox toolkit, may be a better fit. It may be something that works well. So it's going to be interesting. Will the trip be a success? Will the trip be a success? Stephanie, William learned from his grandparents how to play chess and how to perform to the greater good. Will this trip be a success? Queen of Swords. The Magician. He knows he has no power there. The only power he has is the power of example. This is what we are experiencing in the United States. I don't want you to get to the place that we're at, because you got an itty bitty island here. If it gets messy like that, it's going to be big. It's going to be loud. It's going to be terrible. As my daughter said that when they were, my daughter said it to my son. It's going to be big. It's going to be loud, but it's going to be awesome. And it was over a horn that they had. We still have the horn. It's very funny. Yeah, Tennessee Walton, he may say that. You're messing with World War III. I loved when he said that to Zelensky. So let's see. We already talked about Unite the Kingdom, Raise the Color. Unite the Kingdom, I like. Concerned about JD Vance. Let's take a look at what's going on with JD Vance. Let's see how he's doing. JD Vance does not mess around. JD Vance, what do we got for you, JD Vance? Ooh. JD Vance is rattled by this whole situation and he's trying to make some sense out of this. Now, I don't know if JD Vance is quite as spiritual as Charlie Kirk was. He looks like from these cards is that he's trying to balance his emotions and his professional conduct, but he is determined to take an eye for an eye. So if he is spiritual, he's a devout Catholic. Thank you very much. Eye for an eye. He's looking at justice here. So if he is not for the death penalty because of his Catholicism, I think he is for it. I think he's for it in this particular circumstance. None of this sits very well with him. He is gravely upset about it. Charlie is the reason JD is very spiritual. Benny Johnson was very close with Charlie Kirk as well. Charlie Kirk had loaned Benny Johnson his home for some time. So I think JD Vance is trying to balance his vengeance with his professional conduct. So, I hope that he can get there. Threat to free speech, absolutely agree. Will King Charles make a statement? So I'm going to look at this in two different ways. I'm going to look at this. Yes, I saw him come out, Linda. Linda, we're Facebook friends now. We are Facebook friends. Welcome to the fray. You're going to see a lot of Oktoberfest pictures over the next couple of weeks. So will King Charles make a statement about Charlie Kirk and also about his bozo son? We all say bozo. Charlie Kirk, Ace of Wands. He's not going to make much of a statement about this. He may acknowledge it, but I don't think that he's going to go in detail because it's far too disruptive. It's like wearing the jewelry of Annette, Marie Antoinette. Like, you don't do that. Like, it's not a good idea. Will he make a statement about his bozo son? It will not be a spoken statement, but a written statement, I think. I think he may make a written statement. What is that going to include? It is going to include suggestion of disappointment and looking back at things with a different perspective, and that forgiveness. Guys, I'm sorry, but King Charles is going to be talking about forgiveness. That, so I just don't think Outer Limits. I just don't think he is going to be overly invested in it. I think he is going to just blip, blip, blip and be done with it. Exactly. Exactly. Kimberly, I think you're correct. I think it is a little bit a little bit complicated. But the banning of knives and machetes, like, we have a lot of machetes in our house. We do. We have a ridiculous amount of machetes. But I think forgiveness and people resurrecting themselves, even though this isn't the Judgment Day card, I think the sun coming up slowly, is I think that his father wants to protect him from the greater world, and specifically wants to protect him from the jackals of Hollywood. Did I say that correctly? The jackals of Hollywood. So yeah. What a mess. What a mess. Samantha Markle. Samantha Mustard. I called you Samantha Markle. Jesus Christ. I am a mess today. I'm exhausted. Did Harry get footage? Did he get footage? He did get brought in the guest entrance. So at my parents' house, they have a front gate entry and a service entrance for like trucks and things like that. And my parents live on a fairly large historic estate, and always make jokes about that. Like if the gate doesn't open, you have to come through the service entrance. Like, sorry. You have to go sit in the backyard. So did he get footage? Did he get footage? No. And the reason that he was taken through the public or guest entrance is because there are scanning devices there. Sophie went in 20 minutes before him and tra-la-la right through the family entrance, and they made him go through the guest entrance. Did the meeting take as long as they said? Something like, somebody said 56 minutes. They absolutely swept him for bugs on the way in. How long was the meeting? So this is 50 minutes ish. Speed, communication. One of the things that I know when I was meditating on the meeting is that Harry was really not treated like a son. King Charles was sitting in a proper chair, and I don't know if he got up to greet his son. I think he was brought before the king as opposed to brought before his father. I think it really was that kind of a presentation. And I think that was why he looked so dejected when he left. I think he really was treated professionally rather than familially. So, yeah, it wasn't very long, and he had one right after. Sphinx, I was talking about you earlier. Sphinx, it's good to see you. Allegedly, they had tea. Did they, in fact, have tea? Sphinx, you and Zephyr would get along like a house on fire. Hierophant in reverse. The king doesn't have tea. Oh, well, there's a tea set, though. There's a tea set. So this is Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is the leaving and going and doing something more difficult. He had the king had another meeting directly after it. The Hierophant in reverse, I have no control over my schedule. The powers that be have created the schedule. I cannot do anything. No small pieces of plastic with his father's portrait on it acquired. None indeed. None. So let's see, guys. Let's see. We got 70 people in the chat. It is good to see all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Want to remind everybody, I do have, you see the ticker down below, 20 for 20 going on just tomorrow only. Saturday extravaganza. It says tonight only, but it's actually tomorrow. Saturday extravaganza. So whatever you like. You want 20-minute mediumship? I've actually had people take me up on that, and I have been able to pull it. So we can do that. Remote view. I know somebody, Emily, was in here looking for some remote view, trying to find lost objects. I can give you a hand with that. What about that UFO that was hit with a Hellfire missile and kept going? I don't know if this was recently, but let's see this. Queen of Swords. Well, this is a FAFO situation. Zeph, translate that in the comments for me. FAFO. I don't know if it was a good idea, though. I'm going to say that because I do think it was a bit of an insult. It was a bit of an insult to kind of bing. I don't think that there was damage, and there certainly is no retribution. They're not going to send anything back our way. What results from this? Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. I hate to say it, but we're kind of on our own. We're not going to help you guys out anymore. We're not gonna do any cool stuff for you. If you need a hand, don't ask. Don't ask. So any of these world events that we get, crazy stuff. So we've got Karen Cultus donating to the car fund of my son Angus. So I will have to make note of that and let him know that we are raising money for his new car. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to finance like nearly all of it. So, but we'll find him a good car. We'll do a good thing. When Greg and I get the pod finished, that will free up some monthly money for us because the pod is going to go back. So Karen, we appreciate you. You are fantastic. Thank you so much. So yeah, if that UFO came from the large object traveling our way, we could be in some big trouble. I fully agree. So let's see. I wonder if either Tommy or Faraj is at further risk following Charlie's elimination. Let's take a look at both of them outer limits. We're going to see how these guys are going to do. I mean, fortunately, in the United Kingdom, it is pretty hard to get your hands on some hardware like that. We don't see that very often over there. Let's see. Tommy Robinson. How is that guy? Guy's endured enough. Tough cookie. Tough biscuit. Tommy's got good people around him. He is surrounded by good people that are like-minded. And I'm going to tell you this, while he is concerned about any attacks on him, it is a level of vigilance that will serve him well. It will absolutely serve him well. And I think it's unfortunate. Like, I'm not saying that, if you're in that position, like you're just going to have to deal. Oh, Zeph, thank you for dropping that in there. I'm not saying any public person has to deal with, some level of persecution. I mean, even YouTubers here, like I got doxxed. Come on over, have a cup of tea. I need another cup of tea. Greg got me a Coca-Cola, so I'm going to have some Coca-Cola after this. But I think Tommy Robinson has accepted that being a target for individuals is something that he's going to have to deal with. And I think that's just it. I like his support team, though. I like his friend set. Oh, thank you. You got me a bottle of wine with the stick. I appreciate that. It's this wine. It's got a little twig on the front. Thank you. Do we need to order pizza, Greg? So let's see if Nigel Farage has any risk factors. Elaine, I got you. I think somebody else asked that. Twiggy wine. Yeah. I'll send you a picture of it, Zeph. I am having one glass and calling it a night because I had one vodka drink a couple of weeks ago on this shot and it did not work out. Pizza? Is Nosferatu in our basement, Greg? What's happening? Can you have the twig? You can have the twig and the berries, Samantha. Oh, I'm like Austin Powers. So, all right. Drusilla, hang on. Oh, Drusilla, I don't know if I can read on him yet. I don't know if I can. There was some footage of somebody said that there was somebody with a it's not toilet wine, Elaine. Somebody had a cell phone and was like tipping it, and there was like a laser. I didn't see anything like that, but I don't know if I'm ready to read on that, sweetie. Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage is winning. He's winning. There's no election right now, but he is winning. He has the hearts and minds of people. He has different levels of individuals that are supporting him. His impatience with getting his message across and getting in a position of power is he's not very patient about it. Like it's wearing thin. I don't think that he is very concerned about events like that. I think he is again aware that there is a much larger cabal that may not want him in power, but I think the numbers are going to kind of tip the scales here. So and I'm going to be wrapping up soon because one of our friends is here and I do want to visit with him, but let me see. King Charles has not made a mistake. Will he say about Charlie Kirk? Will he say something when Trump comes for a state visit, or will Trump bring it up? Will the king offer up information? Will Trump bring it up? He will extend his condolences. Trump will give him a lot of information about it, more information than we have here in the public sector. Will the king respond after that publicly? That is when the king responds. He's going to have some very interesting things to say about faith. We will hear about Charlie's faith. So how passionate he was and how speaking his mind should not have resulted in his death. So we're going to see that. Is Trump going to respond to the disrespect shown from the EU countries? Is Trump going to respond? No, he's not. It's business as usual. It's I think the message was sent, and his responses to other things will be affected by that disrespect. So I think that's what he's going to do. It'll be an ace up his sleeve that he can say, you know what? You guys weren't real nice about that, so why should we be real nice about this? That's what we're going to hear. So, Dave Murphy, where's Dave? Oh, hi, Dave Murphy. Dave, I didn't see you come in. So, welcome, dude. When they wanted 2 minutes of silence, our house did it as well. People actually booed. Let's see, William and Catherine. Let's see, William and Catherine. Dave, I didn't finish the conversation. I fell asleep. Corey's over here today. Corey's hanging out with us today. So Corey with the garage. You'll be meeting him in February. Dave and I are like trying to plan out his trip for February. I'm gonna be like, come on, Dave. Dave, I may even bring you down to New Jersey. I will make some plans. I'll see if my folks will let me host you at their house. We don't have a guest room, and I don't want to put you on a blow up mattress with cats running all over you. So, all right. The MSN, the UK media is being horrible to William and Catherine this week. What is the origin of that? You know, I'm going to tell you guys, this is a little conspiracy theory-ish. But this is a down with the king kind of campaign. And I think that the MSM is in on it. You know, I went down kind of a rabbit hole the other day about the movie Wag the Dog. Wag the Dog, they create a war, and it's just on media. And I think that the censorship industrial complex, those of us that are fans of TRG know what she's talking about. I think that it was, I asked Greg, I go, do you think it was established when citizen reporters like here on YouTube became more prevalent? Or do you think it happened like when bloggers started blogging back in, you know, the early aughts, late 90s? Or do you think it started when, you know, AOL first had their first chat room? I think the censorship industrial complex started when we started to have chat rooms, when that level of misinformation or personal experience could be presented. So I think that the mainstream media here has the ability to color the behavior of William and Catherine in the prelude to their reign. And I think that they are trying to do that with the scope of regular people. And in this effort, they separate William and Catherine from the regular people, which right now they have like a great rapport with regular people. So to disrupt that magic is critical. And I think that they are trying to do that. The criticism about William, Catherine is not boring. She is not boring. I'm not even going to read on that because that is just stupid. But the idea of William making up with Harry. What's behind that? Tearing down that king. A Hierophant. And remember, the Hierophant, even though I just explained it about how it's the rules and regulations that we live in polite society, but it is also the seats of power. So when I do political readings, it's the White House, the Kremlin, the Parliament, any of those things. So here it is tearing down the seats of power and recreating something else. Three-part government, Lovers in reverse, and the Strength card. You know, becoming a republic, I think, is a nostalgic wise. Like for me, I love that the United Kingdom still has a monarchy. I think it's the strongest monarchy in the world, and I think that they should maintain that. I think it is really a terrific thing. And I have said this time and time again, I do think that the French government, I think the French people and the Russian people are both very regretful that they got rid of their royal families. The revenue that they bring in, the panache, the opulence. I mean, the Russian royal court was the most opulent in Europe. It was utterly obnoxious. Read anything from the 19th century. and the 20th century, the early 20th century. And you will be delighted if you like glitter and glamour and fancy rich foods that make you sick all the next day. That was what the Russian court was. Everyone was having affairs. They were running around. They were wearing furs. They wore shoes one time and then threw them out. So, I think the mistake of trying to get rid of that and modernize the monarchy, which I do think, I've said this before, I think William is going to modernize the monarchy to the point where it's not really recognizable as a monarchy. We will never, ever, ever see the likes of Queen Elizabeth II's reign again. We're not going to see it. It's just not going to be the same monarchy. The center cannot hold, it cannot be sustained. So, unfortunately, we're not going to see that. That time has passed. I think he's going to try and preserve the things that the core elements of it, but I don't think that it's going to continue the way it is. I think the slimming down will continue. And I think he will run it more like a business rather than a portion of the monarchy / government. So that's just my opinion as a psychic. I just think that that's what's going to happen. So, all right, kids. All right, let's look at this. TMZ. At TMZ is the 30-mile zone. It is Hollywood. The 30-mile zone is Hollywood. And TMZ was making the announcement about Charlie Kirk being assassinated. And I am saying assassinated. I will not change that word. I will not say killed. I will not say murdered. I am saying assassinated because he was assassinated. So during the production, the announcement, the breaking news, there was loud, boisterous laughter at the same time as they were trying to produce the content. It was claimed that they were watching a police car chase, which in Los Angeles, there are plenty. They are all the time. Was that laughter at the expense of the loss of Charlie Kirk? Was it? Were they laughing at that? Oh. It's misplaced glee, and it's glee that leaked out. Cards here. I think they did laugh for the wrong reasons. I think there was some celebration for the wrong reasons. Yeah. I got rid of their app a long time ago too, Juanita. It got to the point and I was like, am I old? The features were just, it was constantly the Kardashians. I was like, I don't care. So I do think that was awful. And yes, Dave, the death penalty is on the table for this. Death penalty is on the table. I heard Popcorn Planet called out TMZ. I am going to see what happened with that. What's going to happen to the staff? Nothing. Harvey Levin is going to keep that staff on because we all know what they say behind the scenes, right? And if you're going to laugh like that, that's really absolutely despicable. There's nothing we can say about it. What will happen to the staff? Nothing. You know what? It's going to get buried. It's going to affect the ratings. It's going to affect the way people look at them. But in the end, they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. We said what we said. We told everybody it was something else. We were laughing at something else, but we said what we said. And if you don't believe us, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Our people are going to do that. Stephanie, can you send me a link to that? You can't put a link in if you're not a mod, but if you could email me one at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com, that would be great. I would like to see that. But they really are despicable in this moment. Very despicable. I would not laugh if a Democrat person was assassinated like that. I would not laugh. A loss is a loss. I would rather defeat someone at the ballot box, defeat someone at a debate, rather than defeat them ultimately. Oh, you saw it on okay, I'll just go there. Thanks, Stephanie. Thank you. So yeah, I just am not ready to read on the Charlie thing. And I had lots of people reaching out to me about, connections with Israel and all kinds of things. So stinks of Pinocchio. I love that. All right. So Tennessee Waltz. I'm going to do 2 more questions and then I am going to rest up for my private reading that I have at 8:00. So this is Harry. Is he off the wagon again? Well, he was. I think he dried out before. I think he was sober enough when he went to go see his father. After, not so much. Not so much. Something I'll be honest, like there's something about having good beer in other countries. It's in America we do have good beers, but we usually drink the imports. So my father-in-law was over yesterday and brought some Hockerschwur, and I was like, "Ooh!" I made Greg Toberfest chicken. Oh, by the way, guys, I think I am going to do a digital cookbook for our Greg Toberfest for our friends and our guests. If I do one, I'm going to make it just available. I'm not going to charge people for it, but I may do that, and I'll have pictures of us at Greg Toberfest and stuff. So stick around. I will do that. I will do that. Or, maybe I will charge $5 for it. I don't know. Got some great recipes. We've been doing it this is our 13th year. It's the 13th year. So yeah, I think Harry sobered up enough to go see his father, but I don't think he's sober now. So, all right. So Irene has King Charles and Henry been meeting prior. Okay, did they meet prior to that? Did they meet prior to that? Hi, Tina. Did they meet prior to that? Page of Swords, no. So swords, even though their communication in this circumstance, I would see more wands and cups for communications. I think this communication was more digital, writing, that kind of thing. I don't think that they were having and I do think that the conversations went through an intermediary. So I think the king's secretary was filtering all of that. So, like me, I use ChatGPT to filter my responses, especially if I'm going to send a nasty one. But I think the king is using an intermediary, as his station requires. I do think that he needs to do that. So, yeah, I don't think he's been backstabbing them. So Mercury in Leo. Oh, hi, sweetie. Come here. Psst, 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 psst. Hang on 1 second. So I have the most beautiful feral cat ever. Look at how lovely she is. This is Gandalf, Galadriel. Do you want to meow? Want to talk to the people? This is my baby girl. She's so good. And she's got such beautiful blue eyes. All right, there she goes. She's not interested in hanging out. She doesn't want to be a superstar. But Mercury and Leo. Mercury and Leo. She is beautiful, Elaine. Thank you. I love her. She's very sweet, too. She's a good, good girl. How is the lovely James Hetfield and you doing? How are you guys doing? King of Pentacles. Oh, and Queen of Cups. So he is paying it forward and you are lapping it up. guys are doing just fine. Back on track. I am glad to see that. Pluto is a planet again, so let's celebrate that. I want to celebrate that. I am a big fan of the planet Pluto because I think that it has been undercut all the time. And we also have 5 memberships donated by Juanita. Thank you, Juanita. Every membership counts. It is great. So the Duchess of Kent's funeral's on the 16th. So will Donald Trump, President Trump, will he work around the Duchess of Kent's funeral? Will he go after? I think he does go after. I think he circumvents that funeral. I think there are too many things, but I do think he's going to be in and out. So if we still had the Concorde, he'd be. What else? Let me see. How is Prince William feeling after this meeting with Has-Been? How is William feeling? Page of Swords. He is at the ready. As long as that bitch is staying home, he's okay. Tower in reverse. William is not going to allow Harry back into his kingdom when it is in the fullness of time, when it is his turn. He is not going to allow any of this nonsense. And I do think he will strip the titles, and I think he will exile his brother. I do think he will say, get off my lawn. This is a long time coming. There were a lot of bridges that were crossed and burned, and there's no coming back for this brother. William is letting things happen for now. And I agree, Stephanie, but when right now he cannot call the shots. When he is king, he will call the shots, and he will call them in a very bad way. He blames Meghan for all of this, all of it. The meeting, the terrible things, the book. He blames the influence of Meghan on all of this. Let me see. So, how are William and Catherine going to feel going to the state dinner so soon after getting betrayed? I think they're fine. I think they're fine. This state dinner, they don't need to accomplish or produce anything. I think they, it's a bummer that they may have to deal with this person again, meaning Harry. It's a bummer, but I think that they're going to dinner. They're going to let their hair down. They're going to relax. They don't need to prove anything. They don't need to create anything. The world is moving around them. No, the world is still turning, not moving around them. They're not the center of the universe, but the world is still turning. All will be well. So listen, guys, I'm gonna call it right here. I have Drusilla, I have your question, but I'm not ready to read on the whole thing yet. I'm just not ready to read on that whole thing. My son was very, very upset by the circumstance, and it does feel very much by the assassination. It does feel very much like 9/11. It has the same same kind of vibe here in New Jersey. It just is a shocking, profound, large event. And, you know, I hope my kids are navigating as best they can. But let's do this. I will possibly do another live tomorrow. Greg and I have Super Nat Sat, and I don't. If I get a lot of appointments, I may not be able to do production video. So book your appointments. We'll do Super Nat Sat either live or production tomorrow, and maybe I'll get another live in, and just maybe I'll do a live on Sunday as well. Sunday is my day of rest, but I have been you know, on and off resting all week. So I'm going to go rest now. I'm going to go rest up for my next reading. I hope you guys have a great night. Go get some sleep, all of you in Great Britain. And I will be watching from afar tomorrow. I'll be sending lots of good energy to you guys for the Unite the Kingdom event tomorrow. So everyone stay safe, be well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being members. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening to my drivel. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Ta for now.